Today we are going to admitted students San Francisco State University's admitted students day, which is happening at
no, it's reception days in April.
Okay, so what is this?
This is like only for East Bay students. That one is for like all students.
Okay, but it is the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going there because Ravi has been accepted in SFSU.
For international relations.
Yeah, and we will be going there, asking some questions, exploring it more, and getting more information so we can better decide which university Ravi should go to. And
San Francisco State is just 1 hour from our house.
It's yeah. And the place where we are going is
Hilton Concord.
Hilton Concord. Okay. So it's 5:12 right now, and it's since today is Friday, so it's very crowded. And let's see if we reach there at time, which is around 6:15 or 6.
6:30 is when it starts.
Oh, 6:30 is the start time.
Yeah, so we still have time.
Yeah, still we have time, almost more than an hour. Okay, so we'll take you with us. So we have reached Hilton at this hour. We started in the day and now it's almost sunset.
Application already, financial aid application, the FAFSA or CADA. Okay, awesome. So we actually won't be sending out preliminary awards until the end of next month, which is pretty soon. It'll be here in no time. So we offer various different kinds of financial aid, federal and state aid, grant loans, and scholarships and work study. So scholarships actually are being on our on-campus scholarship website called Academic. Financial aid award. You might have questions about certain grants or the awards that you're offered. We even have a scholarship Friday.
Yeah, so the deadline to accept the offer is May 1st. I think I'm just waiting for like a couple more of my decisions to come out. Yeah.
Last name?
R-A-B. We have our A competitive nursing program. If you want the nursing information, I can like once you accept the offer,
You want to change your major?
like I'm not sure if I want to, but I can like look into it.
Yep. That's on the back of our information stick right here. If you guys,
Like if you're, for some reason it's
date of birth.
Nothing's going to be in the ranch, and then once you get big enough, start
Ravi, come here.
I'm very new on
ये हटना नहीं.
We always say, even if you don't think you're going to accept your financial aid package, at least apply for financial aid, because you may, whether you accept it or not, you could end up getting accepted into this program, and then it lowers your housing price by about 25%. So there's an advantage to doing that for sure. So the other building that we have is a suite style building, and we only have an exterior shot here, but that is a guided virtual tour that you can see inside the room. So I would recommend, if you haven't seen our campus, either come visit us or at least take a look at that video before it's taught. This has a couple different types of rooms. They're all roommate based, but it's either one roommate, 2 roommates, or 3 roommates, depending on the type of apartment style that you have. If you like to cook or have some dietary restrictions or needs, this has like a mini kitchenette where it's got like a stovetop and a refrigerator, so you can actually cook in this space, where you can't really do that here. And we have a dining center that's attached to this for everybody to eat. And then same types of things. There's different meal plans, so depending on like how much food you want to eat, you can decide that. And then again, the student housing reduced rate program also applies for this building as well. So I'm going to give this to you. We're also going to be a part of the presentation in the main room, so you're going to see a little bit more of our program there. And then your job is to make sure you pick out some swag so that you remember us. And then if you want to take a look at the visual tour as well.
you.
Yeah, okay.
Very informative.
Is that first?
There should be, you know what, let's take a look at that again. So we have all three. So the installment is close to a monthly.
Okay.
And then this is per semester, and then this is if you pay for the entire academic year.
Okay.
So they all should line up. Like if this is 5, this is individual, this is 5 of those, and then this is 9 of those payments or something.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We already got that.
अभी आप वो देखें. You want anything specific? ये fruit ले लो. Cheese board and ये है. Thanks. Do you want to take some?
Hi guys, we're having some food right now. Yeah. My plate.
I'm our Associate Director for Undergraduate Recruitment here at SF State. And we are going to talk about SF State, talk about your next steps, the enrollment process, answer your questions. But really our goal is to just celebrate all of you. You should be proud of your accomplishments and proud of being admitted to SF State. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. I also want to take a moment to thank the family members, the parents, learn here, and then they find a great job thanks to their SF State degree. This also indicates that our Office of Student Financial Aid is doing a great job. Hopefully you already spoke with Marie Nicole, but you'll hear from her soon. And about 60 or over 60% of our students receive financial aid, and over half of our students receive scholarships or grants. So that's the free money. So I would say yes to those ones. But you'll hear from Marie Nicole about financial aid later today, and then be sure if you haven't stopped by her table later to ask her questions as well. Now we also have housing and residential life here today. Cue applause from the back. So I want you to keep in mind that on-campus housing is a great way to learn about campus culture, be close to your classes, and I want to highlight a few things about our housing. So we do have a brand new housing building for first-time freshmen, which is our West Grove Commons that just opened this past August. So the first students to ever live in that building are living there right now. So if you go there next year, you'd be the second class of students there. There's also great options for our transfer students. I might love food a little too much, but you can live right above Insomnia Cookies. If you also like crumble cookies, there's a new one not too far from campus now, but you're right above Insomnia Cookies. I think that's the best part. We do also have, for first-time freshmen, our new reduced rate housing program. So we are the first CSU to offer this. So if you are a first-time freshman and you qualify for Cal Grant A or B based on your family income, you will be automatically considered for the reduced rate housing program, and you'll pay approximately 25% less than the traditional housing rate. And excited to say for first-time freshmen and transfer students for fall 2025, we can guarantee on-campus housing. So just a few good reasons why you should live on campus, but you'll hear more from Julian later. If you haven't stopped by their tables, talk to housing and residential life today as well. Now keep in mind there are plenty of ways to stay involved on campus. We have over 200 student clubs and organizations. We also have 12 Division II sports teams. I'll shout out our women's volleyball team that placed second in the nation this past winter. Very exciting. Now later we'll also have our SF State Gator panel. We'll have some current students, some recent alum, so make sure you ask them about their involvement on campus and what kept them busy while they were on campus. Now, of course, I need to mention our academics, our high-quality hands-on academics. We have a wide variety of majors with dedicated student-centered faculty. So raise your hand if you're interested in the arts, whether that's fashion, architecture, cinema, film. All right, at least a couple. So we were ranked number 9 by Hispanic Outlook on Education magazine for visual and performing arts degrees. And our cinema program has been ranked number 2 for best value. This isn't written, but I'll add in number 1 is Chicago. I'm from the Northeast. You don't want to enjoy winter, so I would call us number 1 for best value for cinema degree. And just like the rest of our university, our College of Liberal and Creative Arts provides interactive classes and boundless internship opportunities. Now who here has seen movies like Inside Out, Finding Nemo, Up, Toy Story? These are all created by Pixar. They're located right here in the Bay. And their vice president is an SF State alum. The way he got involved is as a student, he called them and said, I want an internship, and he was one of their first ever interns as a student at SF State. So follow in his footsteps, look at our internship opportunities no matter what your major is. Now raise your hand if you're interested in the sciences. Okay, a few more in the sciences. We do have a brand new Science and Engineering Innovation Center. If you haven't seen it, it's right on 19th Avenue. Hopefully you'll come to campus soon to see it for yourself. So there's new spaces for chemistry and engineering. And in our other science buildings, we have great labs for biology, kinesiology, all of our different majors on campus. I highly encourage you to check out our website, look at all of our faculty, and usually have a blurb about their research and what they're doing. Check it out, see who you might be interested in, and when you start class, email them. Tell them you want to be involved in their lab. So you don't have to wait, like maybe some other schools have to wait until you're a master's student to really do lab work and research. You don't have to wait here. So you can get involved, talk to those faculty members, get in their labs right away, and do research. We've actually had some undergraduate students be grant funded to go present their research at conferences in different places like Long Beach, Phoenix, Pittsburgh, and beyond, a lot of different cities. So that's a great opportunity as an undergraduate student. Now we won't have just myself talking for the next hour and a half, so I'm going to start with a video which features some of our students talking about campus.
Since 1899, San Francisco State University has championed equity and community inclusion, envisioning a world in which every student is empowered to pursue their educational dreams. With our inclusive campus life, world-class faculty, supportive student services, and our location in the city of San Francisco, Biotech Bay, and Silicon Valley, we ignite the power of education for all.
Because of our location, SF State, we are really close to a hub for biology and biotechnology. There's Genentech, for example. There are also biotech startups. When there's opportunities elsewhere, we also get notified. My lab research dives into signaling molecules known as ligands, specifically the Wnt family proteins, and they're really important in human embryonic development as well as in cancer research. If I wasn't at SF State, I wouldn't have gotten the fellowships I have today from Genentech Foundation, Genentech Inc. It has also given me the ability to be like, hey, I think I'm ready for graduate school.
Sometimes when you're different, you sometimes feel like you're not worthy of compassion, respect, and love. Coming here and my lived experiences have taught me that I'm worthy. And when I look back at those experiences, the common denominator is the student community, the community of faculty.
My project is a eco-friendly, off-grid, fully electric mobile home.
Go over our event agenda. We will have next steps from our recruitment team, financial aid, and housing, all giving brief presentations. We'll wait to do the questions after all four. We do our Meet Other Future Gators. You grab those papers at check-in. We'll explain how that works later. And then we'll have about a half hour with our tables back open. So if you...
Yay, I'm so excited. Yeah. All right. So we're almost there. So this is going to be our, our gateway portal. So you should have received this email prompting you to set up your college portal. Allie the alligator will come after you if you do not set this up. So this is really how our colleges communicate with our students if you haven't already done so. So if you are Allie the alligator and you are coming in after this step, you will have to pay the $100 deposit. But if you got a CSU application fee waiver when you initially applied, you don't have to pay this $100 deposit. But either way, it is okay because that just goes right back into your first year's tuition. You do have until May 1st, so please keep that in mind, to accept your admissions offer. Both of these before you actually accept your offer, so this is very important. More info will come on that. Alrighty, and then step 4 is registration. So you want to sign up for registration, your A through G requirements with a C- or better, and ask your schools to send in those transcripts for transfer students.
I'm Marie Nicole. I am a financial aid counselor at San Francisco State University. I also am an alumni. So I'm here to talk to you from a student perspective, but also about financial aid. So let's get straight into it. Paying for college is an investment, right? You're investing in your future, you're investing in your future career, and I want to make sure that you get to your goals. For many of you, I spoke to you out at the tables around some of the next steps, and some of you guys have already taken that step, and we'll talk about that, filling out your financial aid application. But if you have questions about anything I go over in this presentation, please don't hesitate to come see me at the table afterwards, or reach out to our office. We can be reached many different ways. So first steps, first things first, let me slow down, is filling out a financial aid application. That will be your FAFSA or CADA. Our students who are filling out a FAFSA, you are a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, eligible or non-citizen. Otherwise, you can fill out the CADA. If you have not filled it out yet, no worries, you do have some time. The priority deadline is March 3rd. We are happy to support you in completing your application and any questions that you may have along the way. So, once you submit that financial aid application, you will be evaluated for all of this different financial aid. Federal aid, California state aid, SFSU and CSU applicable financial aid. Now, one of the things to keep in mind are your direct costs have to do with tuition and fees at San Francisco State. Cost of attendance is something that at San Francisco State we take the liberty to estimate for you as far as what you can expect it would be like to be a student at San Francisco State. I know for myself, I was a commuter student for one of my years, so transportation was one of the things on my cost of attendance that was relevant. Food, books, supplies, all of the personal expenses associated are in cost of attendance, and it is not your direct charges, so it's a much bigger number that you're looking at. I'll talk a little bit more about how to use looking at the cost of attendance and direct costs to plan accordingly. And when you're looking at those two amounts, one of the things that may come to mind is, oh, hey, my direct costs are covered, but I might need to pay for some books, right? And that might be a funding gap. So we have scholarships available that can really address that funding gap. If you're eligible for work study, you also can get an on-campus job to address that funding gap. However, there are scholarships available at San Francisco State on our scholarship website, Academic Works, as well as scholarships across the East Bay and across the country that I highly recommend you to apply to. Spring season is the best time for scholarships. When you're on your spring break, partying, make sure to do your applications as well, okay? So, this is the timeline that I like to share with students around financial aid. So many of you have submitted your financial aid application or are going to submit your FAFSA or CADA application soon. And then once we receive these applications, we will be sending out preliminary awards at the end of next month. So you can get an idea before maybe some of you are still deciding on if you come to SFSU, although I hope you do. And this can help you make that decision because you see, oh, I've got a great financial aid offer. I know I'm going to be good to go and set, and you can plan accordingly. The other thing, too, to keep in mind is we will always disperse your financial aid before the semester starts. You don't have to worry and be stressed about money. You can focus directly on your classes when school starts. We are working all throughout the summer to make sure that disbursement goes out a week before classes start. It will first be dispersed towards your tuition and fees. And then if you're living on campus, which is a great choice, which housing we'll talk about later, it will go towards your housing charges. Any money that is left over, if you have a surplus for any reason, will be sent to you as a student. I know for me, in one of my years, I had a laptop that died on me, and I had to buy a new laptop. And I got a couple $100 check in the mail, and I called the financial aid office, and I said, wait, you guys sent me some money, is this a mistake? They were like, no, that's your money that you have left over for financial aid. So I used that couple $100 with the savings that I had for a new laptop, to get a new laptop. So that was, ended up being lucky me in that particular term. So know that our office at in financial aid, we are always here to support you. You can contact us many different ways. You can call us or email us. Please, educational goals, and that you do what you are meant here to do. Thank you so much, and I will pass it off to housing.
Good evening.
I'm Julian. I'm the marketing and engagement coordinator for student housing on campus. You guys drew 3 of a kind today. We all 3 are SF State alum. So how about that? I lived on campus all 4 years as well. So I think you got the right guy to tell you about housing in 5 minutes, okay? I will start with community and support. And these are kind of the cornerstones for your experience when you're living on campus. And whenever I think of these 2 things, I think of when I moved in back in 2014 at Mary Ward Hall. That's a building that's closed now, so I hope I don't look too old, but I'm old. These 2 cornerstones here are what really made me stay, because that's when I realized that, right? Within hours, I was meeting neighbors and I was talking to my RAs and I felt at home. So these 2 things are going to be the first thing you want to look for, and it's really kind of in your face. It really hit me in the face. I was tripping out, but then I turned around and everyone was like, hey, I'm so-and-so, hey, I'm so-and-so. So it really made it easy for campus, right? You're not biting the bullet if your roommates can't make rent, if you're living off campus, right? This is all-inclusive housing too. Wi-Fi, trash, water, all the utilities covered, right? You're not trying to group together with roommates and, make it happen. You're only worried about you. We take a lot of that extra stress out because you have academics to worry about, right? And, it's not just all-inclusive in the way that you have Wi-Fi and water and everything, Let's say your toilet gets in motion, right? We have maintenance services there as well to come and fix that toilet. We'll come talk to the toilet for you, okay? But we have all of these things, including maintenance, okay? Students who live on campus not only are able to take more units because they're spending less time on a bridge or in traffic or looking for parking, right? Those students are able to graduate quicker because they're taking more classes and they're acing more classes and they're going to more office hours, right? I can go down the list, but it is statistically proven that a GPA is 10% higher, which is a big deal, right? You graduate in 4 years. Probably going to be the next time you see me, unless you see me at the food in the back there. Food is my thing, okay? So, and we have another dining center opening this spring. So that new building Dane was talking about, it has another dining center as well, okay? And for you freshmen, also, as Dane mentioned, there is a reduced rate program as well, which tacks down the installments a little bit. Kind of jealous because I didn't have this back in my day. So if you come to the tables after and you say the words reduced rate, I will try to be nice, okay? But ask us about it and take a picture of that QR code, scan it for later. You'll learn all about it. Let's talk dates. You guys hear that? Freaking stage. It's time to dive. Okay. March 3rd, the application will open. Okay, so for us here, we're the early birds. You guys are going to be the first ones to apply, yeah? Yeah? Yep. I'm seeing some thumbs up. Put that thumb up. There you go. There you go. May 1st is going to be when we send you guys your reservation notifications. And then you're going to get an email that's prompting you to go into your student portal to click the button that says, hell yeah, I want it. Okay, so we say, yeah, you got housing. And then you just let us know that you still want it. Okay, very simple. And then we'll be updating you all through this. When your move-in date will be, time slots, things of that nature. Okay, but we'll be population on campus of over 4,000 students, and 2 of those communities are largely populated by freshmen. So I would say a little bit over half, but every year it changes. You would visit our website through our Sodexo services. That's who runs the dining facilities, and you would just select a block plan through them. Yeah, of course. Our guaranteed housing, Okay, for this upcoming year, you're guaranteed housing as long as you're here, right? So what you do, you can either live with us for the summer by applying again, or you can try your hand living off campus. But you know, I couldn't speak too much on what those off-campus leasing offices offer. I know that they try their best to compete with us, and it comes up short. So maybe call around. I won't tell you their names, but if you come to the table, I can tell you a little bit more after. If you were to apply to live on campus for the spring semester, we do have a spring-only application that opens up a little bit later on in the academic year. So if you were, finishing up a license agreement somewhere else and you were going to come live with us on campus, as far as an academic year goes, it's just you re-up every year, right? And if you decide to live on campus with us during the summer and take summer courses, that is one of our requirements. Just as long as you're taking classes, you can live with us. So sophomore year, junior year, senior year, however many years you have left of college, you can live with us, summer or not. Yeah. We even have some available that is calendar year. So if you're curious about that, we'll chat. Occupancy. So they're lofted beds, they're very high ceilings, and they're communal bathrooms and showers, which are also co-ed. Okay, so it's floor to ceiling stalls. Okay, and that is in West Grove Commons. And we have about 11 units per pod because it's a pod style housing. So generally it'll be about 30 to 33 students sharing one big, huge bathroom and shower combination. The rooms themselves will be non-co-ed. The bathrooms and the showers will be shared on that floor in that pod. So rooms, non-co-ed, bathrooms and showers, co-ed. The rooms are fully furnished. Yeah, so the beds are lofted so that we can fit a wardrobe and a desk beneath the bed. And if you visit our table, we actually have an in-room tour that we can show you virtually after we're done here. But yeah, you can get a full view of what West Grove Commons looks like.
I know you previously mentioned that Muni and BART were included in part of that tuition. Can you elaborate a little more on that?
Absolutely. So when you're paying your tuition and fees, the Gator Travel Pass is part of that fee. So when you arrive on campus, your SF State 1 card not only will get you into the dining center, right? Upon swiping, it'll get you into the Mashoof Wellness Center, which is kind of the gym, the aquatics, the rock climbing. It will also get you onto Muni and BART at no additional cost. So you'll be able to travel, all throughout the Bay Area where these transits reach. I know some of you are familiar with Sam's Trend. That isn't part of the deal, I want to say, yet, because at one point we had limited access for BART, but now that has even grown. Okay, so Sam's Trend could be in the future. I'm not the guy who's going to say it, but I want you to have hope. So at some point, your Gator Pass could include all three, right? That big three, Sam's Trend, BART, and Muni. But for now, Muni and BART.
Live on campus. Are your roommates typically selected for you, or are you able to choose like a roommate that you want? For example, like if you have a friend who's also going to SF State, can you room with them as well?
Yes, you can. Great question. That room and roommate selection will begin in April. So after you've applied for everything and you've officially gotten on the list of housing, you're then able to select roommates for the next step. So if there's someone that you meet tonight, or if you had a friend who also is attending, then you can see each other in the portal, as long as you're both in the same class standing, right? If one of you is a sophomore, one of you is a freshman, you're not gonna find each other. So you have to be the same class standing. But yes, that time will come, and you will be able to choose your friend.
I have 2 questions for you. I'm not sure if you said that we could say anything about the North Outboard. Are we able to actually go there in person and check it out, see what the spaces are, how big they are, and all that stuff, and also what's the laundry and washer situation in the dorms?
Okay, so the first part of the question, viewing the rooms actually in their entirety in the flesh. Because we have students living on campus right now, those in-room tours will take place in April at Explore SF State. So if you want that sneak peek before moving in, come to campus for that Explore event in April, and we will show you all throughout the communities. For the second question, the laundry, it is app operated on your phone now. You scan QR codes to start your loads, and then you're basically paying $175 for a wash and for a dry. But it's, you know, the traditional laundromat machines that you would see. You're not going to have Samsung machines singing tunes to you. Yeah.
Awesome. So unfortunately, that was going to be the last question. We're going to go ahead and transition over. However, not to worry. At the end, our colleagues will be available outside of the table. You'll be able to talk to them, ask all the questions you have. We're going to go ahead and transition over to, I believe it is our student panel.
We'll open it up for more questions for them. So if I can have our panelists come up to the stage. For undergraduate recruitment, we'll have each of our panelists say their name, whether they're a student or alumni or staff, and then major and hometown.
Hello everybody, my name is Caitlin Gann. I am an alumni of San Francisco State University. My major was technical and professional writing, and I loved it so much that I came back and now work in housing.
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Dani. I'm a current student. I'm a second year. I'm majoring in general biology. Hola a todos, me llamo Dani. Soy una estudiante del segundo año con la concentración de biología general. Si tienen algunas preguntas en español, pueden acudir a mí y yo con mucho gusto puedo responder sus preguntas.
Hi everyone, my name is Lakshay, and I don't know what year I am. I think 4th. It was my senior year. I'm studying computer science. My hometown is Yorkburg. It's a very nice town. So we just find
I'm going to start us off with a question, so think of your questions. We'll open up for audience questions right after this. So I want to ask each of you, what made you choose SF State?
Okay, I chose SF State because it was really close to my house. I generally did not want to leave my parents' house, so I decided to stay with them. But not only location-wise, but I think SF State has such a diverse community, which always made me feel like I was included. And
I don't want to bore you with all my questions.
Okay, one piece of advice would be to try as many things as you can. One of my professors said, you're paid for your tuition, so if a class interests you, go ahead and take it, because you don't know that you might fall in love with that subject and completely change your major. And I think that's like what's beautiful about college. You always just get thrown different things, and then you might just find the perfect degree or the perfect job for you. And always be able to socialize, even though it's hard at first, but once you get that socializing skills, you will be able to make so many different classmates, friends, and you will be able to get to college easier.
I agree. I think it is definitely take advantage of your experiences, but also take advantage of the city. Not only was it the weather that brought me to San Francisco, but also I'm a concert lover. So being able to go into the city and go to a concert and take advantage of the place I live, not stay in the mile-by-mile radius, is definitely something to do. You'll also get to meet other people there. And so go do the activities and the fun things and be a good student.
We're going to do housing tours. A lot of our academic colleges will be there. We're going to be a showcase. You will definitely have the opportunity to come and talk to faculty, to students and staff members in order to become matriculated and become an SF State Gator. So we want to go ahead and start with the very first one, March 1st. That is when orientation registration opens. Again, this is where you will be able to meet with an academic advisor to learn more about the process and apply for housing. Continue on with Allie. Definitely visit SF State on April 5th. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'll be there and I'll be hyper as well. And then May 1st, we want to make sure that you accept your admissions offer. That is the deadline. However, if we convinced you today, you could definitely accept your offer outside with us. We have admissions counselors here that can definitely help you. A quick important step is to make sure to submit all final transcripts no later than July 15th, okay? So that is when we want your transcripts. High school students here, for first-time freshmen, definitely make sure to share this information with your high school. That way they send that transcript over to us. They usually send it over to us when you graduate from high school. Transfer students, definitely reach out to your transfer center or your registrar's office. That way they can share that process with you. Most of them use parchment to send that transcript over to us. And then finally, once everything is good to go, you follow Allie, August 25th. The first day of classes begin here at SF State. Okay, so definitely keep a picture of this slide right here, the road to SF State, and
the front. Transfer students will be coming to the back. Don't leave now yet. This is just a meet other future Gators. So like we talked about, try to meet somebody new. This is where what we passed out, what your interests are. So what you'll do is you'll take your meet other future Gators sheet, find another student who you have the same interest, and make a connection with them. Talk to them. You don't necessarily have to get their contact information, but it's good to know you might have a friend or a networking buddy, or even maybe a roommate. So keep that in mind. I remember what you put in college, where you're out and trying to connect with somebody. Parents and other guests are more than welcome to mingle around or stay put, or you can go in the. I think I gave it to you.
She called me up like 2 hours ago. She was like,
Thank you, everyone. Go Gators!
So the event has almost ended, and now we are outside. Ravia is having communication, or right? No, it's the other way. So she's inside and she's making friends, and we are waiting for her.